The hierarchy of power and the laws of Beyblade X has just changed forever. The CX Beyblade line has been known as the worst Beyblade X bays to date. With their tall height and top-heavy nature, these things were just not seeing any use in the competitive scene of Beyblade X. I actually even made a whole video about how bad CX Beyblades were. However, the newest Beyblade X release, Pegasus Blast, has now entered the fray as one of the new kings of the Beyblade meta. But before we dive deep into Pegasus Blast, make sure to like the video and subscribe to catch epic Beyblade live streams and insane competitive Beyblade videos to help you on your journey to become the best, like no one ever was. So without further ado, let's jump right in, because Pegasus Blast is high-key a monster that no one expected to be as powerful as it is. But it's not overpowered either. The new release actually came packed with nostalgia, but overall, an underwhelming yet fun gimmick release in Turbo, the ratchet and bit fusion that mimics the Metal Fight Beyblade part, Final Drive. But the real meat lied in the Blast Blade. Not only did it look beautiful, but weighed in at nearly 33 grams alone. When this was discovered, Japanese Twitter exploded and claimed it to be the #1 triple S tier Beyblade, even beating Wizard Rod. Most of us in the West felt shocked and excited that CX can finally be used in the Beyblade X Meta, but it would be difficult for people to test it straight away due to delays or late shipments coming from Asia. However, I was lucky enough to get Pegasus Blast a day after it released in Japan, and it was all thanks to the sponsor of today's video, Baylocker, the #1 shop for your Beyblade X competitive part needs. And not only are all of their Beyblades imported straight from Japan, but they also sell awesome ready-made competitive combos too. Just make sure to use code JacobPom for 8% off your order. Make sure to snag a Pegasus Blast for yourself, because this is one blade that rises above all of the rest of the CX Beyblades, which of course was tested thoroughly. The blade actually looked beautiful and was heavy for sure. It's without a doubt the best CX blade to release, but the claims that it was tiers above Wizard Rod or on par with it kind of fell short. Since CX Beyblades come with an additional assist blade, we first had to see what the best assist was for Blast. I took to Twitter to find the best setups that were being talked about, and the new assist blade, Wheel, was the one that stood out the most. Its smooth, wide, and circular shape was perfect for any kind of defense and stamina setup we found. The real find, in my opinion, was with Jaggy. As an attack type connoisseur, Pegasus Blast Jaggy is what I found to be pretty decent in an AVA situation, especially on an attack type setup like Low Rush or Rush. Wheel, though, it could outspin Silverwolf pretty consistently. One main meta combo I wanted to truly test out, though, besides Rod, was Cobalt Dragoon on Elevate, which Pegasus Blast on Wheel and on Jaggy seemed to decimate. So far, Pegasus Blast was just no slouch, but I still couldn't see how it was leagues above everything else. If I were to place it on a tier list, I'd probably put it into low or high A tier personally. The main reason was actually not just Rod, but because of Hover Wyvern, Phoenix Wing, and its older sibling, Aero Pegasus. And to be fair, not everyone is gonna have access to an Aero Pegasus, which in that case, Blast is an amazing replacement for it. As with what the Japanese found though, Pegasus Blast on Wheel was especially weak to lower height attackers due to getting destabilized and its top heavy nature, letting it burst, fall, and lose stamina in the endgame. I could honestly see why the Japanese put it in an SSS tier though, because their format they run majority of the time is 1-on-1, where two of its biggest weaknesses are banned: Hover Wyvern and Wizard Rod. While Phoenix Wing isn't used as much due to Silverwolf and Scorpio usage, Aero Pegasus and Impact Drake, mostly being used in Japan, are seen as the big threats to Pegasus Blast. So when you have only really one huge threat out of many, it can seem pretty overpowered in that lens. And I guess in that light, you can compare it to Rod as well. So for the Japanese meta, the power of Beyblade X has truly changed. But currently in the West, where a majority of battles are 3-on-3 with no bans are played, it is a beast, but a manageable one. So in the end, I'd still honestly recommend people to get Pegasus Blast just because it is in fact the best CX blade to release. And if you can get your hands on a Cerberus for the wheel, it's also worth it, because wheel is honestly probably one of the, if not the best assist blade. Also, if you intend on using Pegasus Blast or trying it out for yourself, which I always recommend you do, because I would take a lot of these videos that are coming out with somewhat of a grain of salt and not too much at face value either. But regardless, I would love to recommend you guys some combos to try out. Let's start with the first one, which is Pegasus Blast Wheel 960 or 760 Hexa. This combo is really great for a defensive setup and pretty much counters Dragoon Elevate as well. The next one, Pegasus Blast Wheel 960 Free Ball, is a combo to outspin defensive Beyblades like Scorpio and Silver Wolf. And now, my favorite one, Pegasus Blast Jaggy 360, 960, 760, 160, Low Rush. A lot of ratchets there, but generally I would try all these because they all have their uses. But this combo is great into stamina types and actually really decent into ABA situations. Another combo I would like to recommend that is on par with this is Pegasus Blast on Slash Low Rush. This is mostly if you just don't have Jaggy or if you prefer Slash over Jaggy, to be honest. But the last combo I'd love to recommend to you guys is Pegasus Blast Jaggy or Wheel on 360 or 960 Kick. This combo is amazing for AVA and great into defensive combos because it can attack them and outspin them in the end as well. It can outspin Scorpio, Wolf, and the like. But overall, again, I'd say that Blast is a solid A-tier release. It won't change the meta for 3-on-3 in the West too much. Definitely will for 1-on-1 formats in Japan. It'll also help a lot in the current meta, giving more counters and balancing out the meta way more than it already is. But yeah, let me know in the comments below what combos here you would like to try and how you feel about Pegasus Blast yourself. Do you guys think Pegasus Blast is breaking the meta? Do you guys think it's mid? Do you guys think it's underwhelming? Do you think it's pretty decent but nothing crazy? Let me know in the comments below. For myself, I think it's pretty good. It's just that I don't know if I can justify using it over something like Hover Wyvern or Aero Pegasus right now. Those things just round out my deck like amazingly, so it'll have to do a lot in order to have a place in my deck, which personally I was hoping I could replace Dragoon Elevate, but I don't know. I gotta see if it can really be a consistent, always winnable matchup against a Wizard Rod on a stamina type combo. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Just remember, guys, to keep on spinning, and I'll catch you on the flip side. For real, for real.